has been flattened by Sowore Clarence call to rescue the country from the claws of the behemoths that have destroyed the country. If you don't go to politics, politics will come to you. Yes, you can say I live in UK and I am less concerned about Nigerian politics and what goes on in Nigeria. I tell you this, the bulk of the money we make in diaspora is remitted to our family back home. In 2016, Nigerians in diaspora remitted $35 billion to Nigeria. A clear indication that every Nigerian diaspora send money each time you receive financial distress call from your family. What do you expect from a country that is struggling to pay a worker £2 per day or less, or £65 per month? Dear fellow take-backers, the time is now. Nigeria has been stagnated for the past 58 years. Demographically, 2/3 of Nigerian population are youth. I bet you, if we are serious enough, we can disallow this cabal from mortgaging our present and destroying our future. Greatest Nigerian youth, the message is resonating. The time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, we need everyone on board. Let's take the meat out. Aside the financial contribution, we need your support, we need your vote, we need volunteers, we need food soldiers to take the message to them. If you are still having ripples in your tummy about the alternative to the two same parties, APC, PDP, AAC, TIB is the answer. Fellow, take it back. We can do it together. Thank you very much.
Take it back. Action. Take it back. Action. The speech by Comrade Wale, I would like to apologize for one thing. I did not introduce him properly. He is also the assistant legal advisor to the party for Southwest. So he's a national officer of AAC in Nigeria. So, and you can also see from what he has said, he's bringing out points from every corner, and to also buttress the aim of AAC in trying to make sure we have a better Nigeria. AAC, take it back. Take it back. Action. Now we are going to have, before our presidential candidate speaks, also the next president of Nigeria speaks, we have a jingle, a very talented Nigerian has produced a jingle for us. This jingle will be used in our campaign, though we have so many jingles flying around on YouTube right now, but this man spent his time and is trying to make sure that this jingle goes all over the country in different languages in Nigeria. So I would like to call Mr. Duna, Mr. Kaode to please come forward and tell us and give us one for you.
Take it back! Action! The next president of Nigeria and every other political figure observed. Please pardon my my shades. Okay, you know, to take it back requires hardness, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not hard, so I'm trying to put some hardness on it. Is that okay? So, okay, do I look hard now? Yeah? All right. Take it back. All right. Now, this is how we're going to do it. I knew Omoyele Sowore first as activist back then. And today I'm meeting him. It's my greatest privilege to meet him as a politician. So putting that together, that sounds to me like a collectivist. Collectivist. And that's the attitude that I've put in this song. Okay, so if you want to join us, I have some young people here because this government is also for the future, for the young people. Please welcome with me P Square. Future generation, P Square. and promise. Yeah. Prosper and promise. Please put your hands together for them. So, Prosper is going to be beside me here, and promise here. So we're going to demonstrate to you, as the DJ is getting ready to play the music for us, how we're going to do it in a hard way. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? So when we say AAC, take it back, then take it back, action. Is that a good one? Feel free to join us. Feel free to join us. Let's do it one more time. AAC, take it back, take it back, action. AAC, take it back, action. Okay, DJ, please slam it for us. Put it out. Start it.
It's time to join hands to save our fatherland.
Yes. Yes, let's start it from the beginning.
The soul of our country is yearning for help to be free from greed and wickedness. So wherever fight is the.
Sorry about that.
AAC, take it back, action.
The future is here, the future is now.
Hey. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland.
The soul of our country is yearning for help to be free from greed and wickedness. So wherever fight is the way out.
We have
a new Nigeria.
Sorry, Foka. We're gonna
AAC,
Okay, let's do it together. Let's go. Action, everybody. AAC, take it back. Action. Let's go. Take it back. Action. Take it back. Action. Take it back. Action. Take it back. Action. Woo!
AAC, take it back, action. AAC, take it back, action.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was very
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we are going to go into the main event of today, which is the speech by Comrade Omoyele Sowore himself. One thing I want to, well, I'm sure most of you know that he has gone over all the states in Nigeria, more than any other presidential candidate so far. Even if you total all their movements together, it has not equaled Sowore's campaign. He has gone to almost every country that we have Nigerians residents, talking to them and mobilizing them. This man, I don't know the kind of energy he's got, but I wish I have that kind of energy. He is a dynamite. So what is dynamite? Thank you. He said dynamite. That's good. That's good. So I know he's going to give us a very nice speech today, and he's going to welcome your questions. So if you have any question, I would like you to start writing it down now, because somebody is going to go around to collect your questions. He will collect them together and then answer them. Because from experience, we know that the question and answer session normally runs into a long time. And then we know we are here for mainly for fundraising. So I would like to welcome our next president of Nigeria, Comrade Omoyele Sowore.
Have a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I cannot do this without thanking the people of London. This is my second time here in London. This is actually our second time also in this space. Yes. And the last time we were in London, so many people were in doubt of our ability to stay the course.
to start defining a little different political process and trajectory for Nigeria. A lot of people did not believe that some 8 months into the game that would become the most talked about political movement in Nigeria. And now, 2 months after we started our own political party, we are becoming the most talked about, the most dreaded political party in Nigeria. Because why? You have made it possible for us. London was the place where we had our best town hall meeting outside of Nigeria.
Take it back!
And in coming back here, we are merely reuniting with the spirit of liberation that also drove the independence struggle for Nigeria in 1960. It was here in the UK that a lot of the activists rose up. The support, the financial and moral support for independence took place in the United Kingdom. But the truth is that Nigeria is in need of brand new independence now. The independence we had in 1960 has expired and is obsolete because it did not produce and provide for us the kind of future that we desire as a people. In fact, most people in Nigeria are asking if the white man could come back and recolonize Nigeria. Because the people they handed over power to in Nigeria, they are the most terrible internal colonizers of any people that you can imagine in the world. But we are not going to be colonized by the whites anymore. We are going to be led by our own people. We are going to be led by people of conscience, people with energy, people with capacity, people with capability, people with integrity, and people who have stamina. Because very important that we have stamina, ladies and gentlemen. If you have watched today, there are leaders all over the place in France. About 79 presidents are in France. If you look at TV, you can't find our president there. I said maybe he forgot to wake up. You know. So because really, can we honestly and truthfully say today that we have leaders in Nigeria? The answer is no. The answer is no. But if we made the mistake up till now, we have a duty to turn the corner now. We have a duty not to make the same mistake that puts Nigeria in the condition that it has been in the last 58 years. By next year, we must change that trajectory. It's not only compulsory, it is a must. See, before, a lot of us were saying that maybe election alone will do it for us. But now, we are preaching a message of a revolution in the country. That Nigeria needs a revolution. So whichever one comes first, if it's the election, too good. If it's a revolution, fantastic. But we cannot continue like this. And sometimes people are worried about my tone. They said maybe it's a little bit aggressive.
I like it like that.
And sometimes they said it scares some people. I said some people need to be scared. For too long they have taken us for granted. You know, and sometimes they say I'm angry, and I said if you are not angry with the situation of Nigeria, then something is wrong with you. You know, they are lucky that we are just merely angry. In other countries that face the kind of assaults that we have faced, the kind of insults upon injury, as they call it in Nigeria, on our sensibilities, on our persons, on our integrity, on our dignity as a people. Other countries will not be responding the way we are responding. They will be responding in far wider and even more grievous ways than you are seeing now. But we have a chance to respond in a very civilized way because we have seen how the rest of the world is working. We have been able to understand and learn that we can make our countries work, or we can make our country work. When I use the word countries, it is because AAC is not only about liberating Nigeria, it's about liberating the continent of Africa.
Take it back. Take it back.
Action. The continent is badly in need of the leadership of Nigeria so that the African continent can become a respectable place to live once again. It can become a place that is not just for people who are looking for raw materials, but people who are having respectable entry and exit out of the place on the terms of Africans themselves. Because I have been a teacher as well, apart from being an activist, I hate to use the word politician because being a politician in Nigeria means like a thief. Or a very deceptive person. When you have a conversation with somebody and they say, oh, you are playing politics, you know what it means. I don't want to be referred to as someone who is playing politics. So as a teacher, I have learned and taught people about what is wrong with the continent of Africa. And I have understood why Africa is the way it is. And come to one single conclusion, that Africa is in the condition it is today because of the people of Africa. The way they accepted to be treated, the way they accepted to be governed, and the kind of leaders that they allow to govern them from time to time. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, how can Nigeria of beautiful, brilliant, courageous people like you be governed by dumb people for 58 years? And you will still get in the plane and go back. And these people will govern you and you come back and you continue to allow them to govern you. You call home, your people are complaining, and you ask them, what is wrong with us? Why is it that we cannot all unite and rise up one day and say, look, enough of this nonsense. Enough is enough. How can in 2018 and 2019, the two options that are staring us in the face is between a man who has been declared lifeless and the other one who has admitted that he's a thief. These are the two people. Not only are they lifeless and also thieves, which I called them and I told them, I've said anywhere because I have my evidence to show for it, but that there are also people whose only credential is that they have been tested and they have failed the people of Nigeria. These are two tested hands who have failed categorically and woefully. If they were to be students, they would have been expelled from school for a long time ago. If they were business people, their businesses would have failed. In fact, they are business people whose businesses have failed. One used to rear cows and they never multiplied more than 150. The other one claimed he has a business. Just 3 days ago, he realized that he has to increase their salary. You know, from miserable 18,000 to 33,000. I asked him, do your children rely on 33,000 naira per month? Yes, that's like 50 pounds, right? Your children cannot spend 33,000 naira per day, and you are insulting us by claiming that you are not paying minimum wage of 33,000. Is that how much your children pay when they go to school in London? You know, in very expensive universities and even kindergarten schools that they send them to here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to go into any complex conversation with you about what is wrong with Nigeria. There's nobody sitting in here, including our little brothers and sisters who are playing around, who don't know about Nigeria. But what would be dangerous and what would be unforgivable is that you met Nigeria the way it is now and you don't do something to change the objective condition of Nigeria and Nigerians. Because yesterday, we were in Luton and one of our attendees asked us at the meeting, asked the question, said, how do you intend to woo people in their 60s on your side? And I said to him, with due respect, and I'm sorry, I don't want to woo people on our 60s, in their 60s on our side. They owe us. Oh, they are the ones who sold us down the river. Yes. It's the people in their 60s that sat down while Nigeria became a jungle that it is today, a failed state. So I said, sir, you owe us. So if everybody's contributing 100 pounds, you owe us 200 pounds. You have to pay for your lethargy. You have to pay for your laziness and complacency. You owe us an apology for leaving us a nation to be like this.
I apologize.
The question,
I belong to that group.
No, your apology to be accepted in pounds. Start by donating apologetically. So, what is there is that the question is, we must not leave this place allowing our children to ask us the same question when we turn 60 or when we're in our 50s. already we are not young. Don't let anybody deceive you that a 47-year-old guy is young. I'm 47, and a lot of you are probably around my age range. You know that we are not young. You know, in the next 3 years, our life will change around, you know. We'll spend more time consulting with doctors, you know, than really spending time on social circuits, because that's the reality of life. So, but within the next 3 years, starting from next year in particular, we can actually start to have a country that we can all be going back to. I know, like most of you, that even though it is nice out here in the UK, we are tired of staying out here.
Yes.
If everybody is to take a poll today and say who wants to go back to a better Nigeria, half of this place will leave.
Yes.
But the irony and the paradox is that if you go to Nigeria and say who wants to leave Nigeria, 70% of Nigerians will leave Nigeria. Not more than that, you know, because the place is not livable. And people who created the Nigeria of misery, they enjoy Nigeria the way it is. So all those questions you ask them, when you see them and say, sir, but you have been to London, you see how the underground is working, they're not looking at you like you're crazy. What is their problem with underground? You know, they don't care about underground. They like Nigeria the way it is. They like in Nigeria where people are their slaves, where they have drivers, they have cook, you know, everybody's begging for school fees, everybody's, you know, prostrating for them. That's Nigeria they want. The Nigeria you have today is Nigeria of their dream. This is the Nigeria they dreamt of. So when you are challenging them, that you want them to abandon the Nigeria of their dream, you are just wasting your time. The only way you can change their mindset is for all of us seated here today to bond together and say that we are not returning back to the condition in which we found ourselves the last 58 years. And I'm standing in front of you having challenged the same system. Out of my 47 years on earth, I've done it for almost 30 years. I've done it for exactly 29 years. Those of our colleagues who read the beautiful speech you heard here were students at the University of Lagos. What was our challenge? Military rule. And everybody was afraid of the military. They had ammo tanks in front of our university, but we fought them for 10 years and they left in 1999. You know, after they left, they brought civilians. We thought the civilians were good people, but these guys were morons. Crazy people, wicked people, thieves, and they have looted Nigeria. There's nothing almost left. I am not joking about it when I tell you that Nigeria is a failed state. It's failed in every ramification. It's failed in providing education to its youth. It has failed in providing infrastructure to its people. It has failed in providing housing. It has failed in feeding the burgeoning population of the country. It has failed in providing jobs for a huge number of young people in the country. It has failed in providing health. It has failed in agriculture. It has failed politically. It has failed socially. It has failed culturally. Nigeria has failed in every imaginable way you can imagine for a country like Nigeria. But guess what? Even as bad as things are, whenever our people have the chance to get out of this situation, they dig themselves back into, you know, the grave. That is why the dominant conversation at all could be that you will call yourself articulated in 2018. A young person, some of them educated, will say that they want to vote for Atiku, and they tag themselves articulated. Or some people will say that the only way Nigeria can make it is to vote for a Buhari who has confessed that he's not even capable of running his house. But it's up to us to change that, and we can change it from wherever we are. We are lucky that technology has provided us an opportunity to participate in politics at home. The next thing is to be able to vote for people who are going to lead us, even though we are in the diaspora. They have made it impossible because they know it's not possible to bribe you with rice.
Yes, sure.
Because you people have a problem of not wanting to eat. But Nigerians still have a problem of finding food to eat. That's why there's no diaspora voting. If there was diaspora voting, as I'm standing in front of you now, I will have 6 million votes in the bag already. Because a lot of people, even though when they are skeptical and cynical about the situation in Nigeria, they tell us that, look, Sowore, we know that you can run this country better than Buhari and Atiku. But how are you going to win the election? Do you know how to rig? Do you have the army to help you carry ballot papers? Do you have assassinators who can assassinate for you? They ask all these egregious questions of us, and you can't blame them. It is because that's the only way they understand that politics is done. But we have come to realize that we don't need to assassinate anybody. The only people that need to be assassinated are people who are going to assassinate themselves. When the election is approaching, or after the election, when they discover that Nigeria has moved past them. So they may have to, but we are not engaging in any bloodshed. We are bringing in ideas so that our country's political system can be governed by ideas instead of being governed by cash. So that people can accept to vote for the future instead of voting for 5,000 naira, which when you divide by 4 years, you don't get up to a naira per day left. In fact, those who collected bribes in Ekiti and Sho State, we met them. They come to us and they said the money is finished. We said, but you should have known better. But the people you voted for are not yet done with you. They are not finished with you yet. And they won't be done with you until they finish all of you. Because you should know that in the first place, if somebody gave you 5,000 naira to vote for them, it is not his money. It's your money that they stole that they are returning part of to you, crumbs. But most importantly, they must recoup back their money that they paid for you to vote for them. And when they are recouping with profits and interest. So it's a transaction that happened for which there are takers, and givers. And those who gave you must take until you have nothing left. So, ladies and gentlemen, I could stand here and tell you how things are bad at home. But the only thing to tell you now is how we would fix Nigeria. And how it is so easy and possible to fix Nigeria. As I have said repeatedly, everywhere I go, Nigeria is not complex at all. When you hear politicians saying that Nigeria is complex, they are pressing the panic button inside of you so that you make it sound as if you need special people to govern Nigeria. The question I ask myself is, if Nigeria is so complex, why is it so easy to steal from a complex system? That one man can steal $1 billion and actually come to nowhere else but London and buy a house and a car that he's never going to drive, buy a house that he will never sleep in, and then go back to Nigeria and steal more and steal more. What kind of complex system is so easy to steal from? The truth is that these guys have no capability. They have no capacity. They don't have knowledge. They don't have an understanding of how the rest of the world is working. They live in the analog era, and we need to move to the digital era. And we need people who are forward thinkers, people who have ideas, people who have exposure, people who also have education, as small as it is. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to have a West African school certificate if you want to be president of Nigeria, because that's the minimum requirement. If you find somebody at the age of 76 who cannot find his certificate, then we have a problem. Right? These are the kind of deceptive leadership that has been governing the place. And it is not also untrue that they are old people. Even though we don't hold it against people that they are older. But we have a problem with old people whose ideas are also aged. We have to move them out of the way. So for Nigeria to progress, starting from now, we need you to help us move them out of the way. We need to put these guys out of business. We need to put them into permanent retirement so that we will never hear about them again. We'll never have to go to their living room to go and take permission to elect our leaders. We will never need their endorsement again. They will never manage our industries. They will never manage our schools. They will never manage our lives. In fact, that we will never allow them to manage our spirituality and even our culture. Because all of the criminals in the system, they are all connected. They are all connected. The two major political parties are not different, PDP and APC. They are connected, they are conjoined twins, connected at the back, but they have different outlets that with which they confuse the public. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have come here to seek your help. You know, seek your help in saying, look, if it suits you and if you believe it that Nigeria should change, and you can believe in what we are saying, that we have been breathing life into a generational decision to change the narrative in Nigeria, please support us. Support us with whatever you can afford. Money, if you have a vehicle, you have a house, if you have t-shirts, you have hats, you have even what they call, telephone credits in Nigeria. You can donate credit to people to make calls. You can buy it from here and send it to them. What do they call the telephone, the mobile phone credits? Top up, you can top up people's phone from here. We have people who are volunteering all over the place to help us, young people. This is perhaps the only hope they have for Nigeria to change, and change now. If anybody is telling you that this is not our time, the person has got a problem. Because we don't have up to 4 years on our hands anymore. If we lose it this time, Nigeria is gone. We don't have another 4 years to play with, because in another 4 years, the world would have moved past us. Already we are lagging behind. We are lagging behind countries like Rwanda. Yes, we are lagging behind countries like Ghana. Before we used to have Ghana must go. Now Ghana is preparing Nigeria must go. Yes, we are lagging behind countries like even Somaliland, which is not Somalia. They are getting their hands together. Kenya, Ethiopia. These countries are doing better than Benin Republic is doing better than Nigeria in terms of electricity. And we're saying that it is possible to have 24 hours electricity in Nigeria. It is possible for us to send our children to school in Nigeria. In fact, it is possible to have in Nigeria that you will be happy to send your children to go to school in Nigeria from London. And that you will never be using Nigeria to scare your children anymore. Well, if I send you to Nigeria and I say, Daddy, please, mommy, don't do it to me again. I don't want to go to Nigeria. But you can actually send your children to school in Nigeria where they will get qualitative education and also learn your language. Right? That is Nigeria we want. In Nigeria where you can go to take care of yourself. There are people who are living here in London. When they have difficult health situation, they go to India to go treat themselves. But Nigerians cannot afford to find any hospital that can treat them, or properly even diagnose what is wrong with you. Beyond the diagnosis of malaria and typhoid. Those are the only diagnoses you get in Nigeria, because there are no hospital systems that can diagnose you. Right? Or that we can feed ourselves. And how do we do it? That our governors and our leaders are no more interested in buying Prado Jeeps or SUVs as opposed to buying tractors, so that we can till the land and feed our people. We can have food security in our own time, and that we can find jobs for our teaming young people. 5.something million is what we are planning within 2 years of taking office. And how do we do it? That if we start growing electricity with renewable energy, solar energy, which is in abundance in Nigeria, that we can employ over 2 million people just to put it together. And the moment we have 24 hours electricity, the Nigerian economy will grow. Yes. It will grow in a way that will surprise any one of you here. Because Nigerians are innovative people. They know what to do if they have the right kind of leadership. And some of you also can start heading home as well. And go have that life that you have always craved. Yes, it is true that we came here to the UK and the US thinking that we'll find greener pastures. Some people said, oh, we are going out there to find our dreams. And since they arrived here, you have never slept. How can you dream when you can't sleep? That is the truth. It is intentional service to slavery, the second slavery of the voluntary nature that we are doing here. When you own a house there, it belongs to the government. When you own a car, it belongs to the government. You don't own nothing. But when you go home, you own something in Nigeria, it belongs to you. And you feel it. We had a brother yesterday who was with us in Manchester. He had a back pain. said, you know, my doctor said, if you go to Nigeria, your back will heal because it's always warm. Because most of the time you are miserable in cold, wintry London weather. The same thing in America. This is not how you want to live your life, I can guarantee you. You know, to be bundled up 24/7 for 6 months. You know, and don't let me go into the psychological part of it because most of the time we are all depressed there. Anyways, we're not happy. So home is the place we can be happy about. But for you to be happy about Nigeria, you must build Nigeria into a happy place. And that's why we are standing there.
Take it back. Action.
So, London, that's why we are here. We are here for the first time to beg you to help us take back Nigeria, take back our country, make it a country that from next year you can be proud of. You know, you can become a country that you look at and say, hey, you know, I'm going to Nigeria next week, and your pastor don't call you up and say, you better come and do prayer fasting before you go home. Because we don't know if you make it back. Yes. So please, I can't thank you enough, London. You know, it's not just this gathering that's encouraging about the United Kingdom or London in particular. That consistently, since we came here, since in fact we declared, we kept hearing from you. You know, we see you on GoFundMe. Some of you have accounts at home. You keep donating to us. We just want you not to stop until Nigeria is liberated. We want you to keep giving the best form of support you can. You know, the money we need to fight this battle to a conclusive end is about $2 million. Or let's say £2 million. And it's nothing, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what our opponents are going to spend. Atiku, a week after he declared, shipped over 400 people to Dubai to have a meeting. You can imagine the ticket, you know, cost alone, and then the hotel, and then they have to drink champagne and wine, you know, and you know they also have to handle prostitutes all over the place. You know, that's what it's. It might sound a little bit petty, but that's what leadership is about in Nigeria. And sometimes, honestly, it is difficult to stand in front of people who are abroad and start promising roads, water. It makes me feel like we have not elevated the conversation between pedestrian things, because those are things that county leaders are responsible for, not the president of Nigeria. It's not the president, it's not the prime minister of the UK that is responsible for cutting tapes of commissioning roads, every street, you know. And when the road is even still under construction, they put it out as if it's big deal on Facebook. You go on Facebook every day. They are putting out roads that are under construction. I saw one before I came here today, and my stomach was just turning. It's the pillars that they are building of the second Niger bridge. They are putting it up. The pillars, they haven't done anything beyond just a few, maybe 5 pillars. This is the second Niger bridge that should have been concluded some 40 years ago. You are putting pictures of a few pillars out. It is because, look, these guys are saying to every one of us, they don't give a damn. Do you know how you know they don't give a damn? When the country sits down and the Minister of Information says to you that he's feeding a prisoner that is legally detained for 3.5 million naira a month, you know they don't give a damn about you. When the country is there and they tell you that a snake has just embezzled 36 million naira, you know they don't give a fuck about you. I'm sorry to use that French language. When a leader tells you that a monkey just stole 10 million naira, they don't give a damn about it. They are telling you that they don't care about, they have reduced your thinking, you know, faculty to ashes. And that's where we are. That is where we must climb out of immediately now. And it is urgent that we do it, ladies and gentlemen. And that is where I will stop my speech. I know we were told I will give a beautiful speech, but it's not tonight. We are giving a beautiful speech on the day of the swearing in. Next year.
Take it back. I told you he's gonna give us a well, to me it's a very beautiful speech he has just given us now. Because he has actually opened up our minds to actually understand some issues that, you know, sometimes there's a way in Nigeria when you listen to the press and the print media or the, you know, the TV or the radio, there's a narrative that they portray there. if you watch NTA news, everything about NTA is about one commissioning of one road, commissioning of that, or the speech on a particular seminar speeches by ministers and everything. But by the time you go out, you don't see no development. And he mentioned something, he said it is very primitive at this stage of Nigeria to be talking about road construction in Nigeria. When we are here as residents of this country, we see how responsible governments are. How they are responsible, how you can write a petition to your councillor, and they will rise up quickly and say, oh, somebody's writing a petition. But over there in Nigeria, they don't care. Whatever you say, they don't even care. Whatever you say. And but now I can see that many of us have written questions, and I would like to give him time to go through them. But while he's going through them, I would like to call on the DG for AAC in Oyo State to tell us about the challenges. Okay, you would like to, okay. Yeah, okay, the Oyo State governorship candidate to tell us the challenges in Oyo State and how he's ready to take it back in Oyo State.
AAC, take it back, action. What a wonderful thing we have to speak the state of affairs in my state, Oyo State. I'm not sure if there's anyone from Oyo State in the room. Sir? Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm not sure when last you were in Oyo State. If we were to talk about Oyo State, we'll be here all night. We had a government when APC was voted in. People thought this is going to be El Dorado for the states. They are going to bring the kind of change that we have all dreamt of. But lo and behold, it was totally opposite to what everybody expected. Over the last 20 years, if we were to even take it from there, you see that Oyo State has regressed. Things are no longer what it used to be. I'm a product of a public school. I went to a Seventh-day Adventist school in Ibadan, Loyola College in Ibadan, University of Ibadan. And if you were to look at the state of all these institutions, they are at an appalling state at the moment. Very pathetic, and we could see that our government has really done nothing in the last 7 years, apart from embezzling money. I was with a friend who moved in from America a few years ago now, and he went to show me the house he just bought because he decided to relocate back to Nigeria and grew up in Ibadan, so he decided to make his home in Ibadan. And we were going to his house, and we were going on the Rating Road, and he said, Egbon, because I'm slightly older, he said, look at this road. I phoned the commissioner of works, and he said to me, my road has been done. I said to him, it's been done on paper, but not on the physical. And what has happened is that it's all embezzlement. When the current government met Oyo State, we had 24 billion minus in debt, which was left by the PDP government. Now today, Oyo State is minus 180 something billion in debt, and there are no developments to show for it. Absolutely nothing, apart from 1 or 2 roads in Ibadan and a bridge at Mokola. And we cannot allow things to continue this way. That's why people like me and many others who had kind of followed Omoyele Sowore to say that we've got to take this back. And in planning to take it back, I've noticed a few things that I want to address here. I always say to everyone around me in Ibadan, I say, you see, even someone who is blind will know that things are not working well. But who is ready to step out and change it? There are a few people who just like to talk about the problem all day. all they will talk about are things that are not working, this is not working, that's not working. But when it comes to fixing things, are they ready to step forward? And that's one thing we have seen with this movement. People are ready to step forward and say, we've got to take this back. We cannot allow this to go on the way it has been going. And if you look at many of the manifesto that take it back, AAC has put for, which is called Spicer Eats. All the details are in there. What we've done is that for your state, we've looked at the ones that are extremely relevant to the state of our affairs in Oyo State, and because we can't do everything, the president will have to push a lot of things around the country. But for Oyo State, we've got to look at what is what is the most needful for the people, and the number one thing is education. And intentionally, let me say this to us, please. They are intentionally destroying the education system in Nigeria. It's an intentional thing. Don't think, oh, there is no money for education. About 5 years ago, I sat with a friend and he told me that year that as of that time, over 35 billion US dollars had been shipped out through CBN for education. Imagine if we were spending that money in Nigeria. And that's just the one that is through CBN, and that was not for the whole year. Over 35 billion. And that was over 5 years ago. I don't know how much it is in the last 2 years or in the last 1 year. So education is our first agenda for your state. And our plan, which I call Vision Goal, is to provide quality free education up to secondary school and to make it affordable at tertiary level. We've heard of the situations at Lautech, the state university owned by Oyo and Oshun, which is not working at all. And some of us who have been philanthropic in bringing things back in Oyo State, when you have 1 or 2 students that were paying 90,000, now the government has moved it to 260,000. So it becomes even impossible to help, and it's all intentional because they are bringing down a system that they think it will work, like they have done in the north, which is the Almajerine system, where we now have 1 rich person and 1 million poor people, and everybody is shouting Rankadedisa. And that's why it's easy for them to give someone 2,000 naira and take their vote and ruin their lives for 4 years. So education is extremely important because the more people we can get educated and informed, the less we can stand up and fight for our right. If you and I didn't have the kind of exposure that we have today, it will be totally impossible to say we want to take it back. It's either we just join the status quo. And thank God for the exposure that we've had across the Western nations that we've all been. Secondly, for us is that we realized that in Oyo State, the Orisa boys are on the increase. You know what I call the Orisa, the touts, the talks, yeah. And most of them are in their teenagers, in their teen years, sorry. They are teenagers. So we are looking at bringing a system that will re-educate our youth. The government recently started a private technical university, which he used the current the guy that is going to the guy that they are touting for the governorship in Oyo State to pull the money out of the central bank, and instead of doing something with the money and improving maybe the current institutions that are there, they want to open a private owned technical university with government money. So one of the things we're going to focus on is how we're going to retrain our youth, get them back in employment, vocational training, and everything that is possible. And by God's grace, I believe we are able to do that. Thirdly, we're going to look at the small businesses. One of the things that we have lacked in Nigeria is electricity. We had when our president was talking about that. I know if we have electricity tomorrow, Nigeria will go. I always say to people that even when God created the heavens and the earth, he saw everything was void and without form. The first thing God said was, let there be light. And I don't understand why our leaders do not understand why we need electricity in Nigeria. They only think they are the ones within their big, their high fenced houses that they should have electricity. Sometimes when I go down to the street where my mother lives, it's like you are going into darkness. And I wonder, why can't they see this? And I believe that if we are able, if the federal government led by Omoyele Sowore by then is able to provide electricity, the small businesses, and for many people who are involved in economy, they realize that when you get the small businesses working, that state or that nation will work. So that's one of the things, because we have so many traders in Oyo State, so many. And the fourth thing that we wanted to work on is agriculture. One of our vision goals is to make Oyo State the food basket of Nigeria. We have over 250,000 hectares of arable land that is still unfarmed, not yet tapped into. The current dispensation, the current government, about 4 or 5 years ago, they spent so much money, unbelievable amount of money. They imported tractors and all sorts of equipment, but nobody knows where those things are. And it's unfortunate that all these things are happening and many of us are keeping quiet. This is our nation, this is our state, this is our city, and it's about our lives and the lives of our children. Some of us may say, oh, I've been lucky, I've been able to get my children, my family out. Like someone says to me, if I have my way, I'll remove all of my people from Nigeria. But like you've heard, we've come here, it's another form of slave trade. It's best to get our nation working. It's best to have an economy that thrives. It's best to have a place where we can call home, where we can all look back and say, I am an Ibadan man and I'm proud to be one. I am from Edo State, I'm proud to be one. So we have a work in our hands. And the first step is to support the visions that the president of Nigeria next year, I believe so much in him. And that's why I'm behind him 100%. Is to first support him. I know many of us will not be able to come to Nigeria and be part of the struggle. But there's a way we can be part of the struggle with our pound sterling. We can support. What I will ask everyone to do, for those who believe in this dream, those who want to see the Nigeria of their dreams, those who want to see maybe not even their children, maybe their nieces' children or their cousins' children grow in an environment where there is safety and where there is progress, is do something for us here. Not just give today, but give continuously for the time till this election process is over. Not just the one-off, because the one-off is good, please. We are asking for that. We believe you are able to do that. But you see, what I'm asking is for you to do a bit more than just one-off giving, to give continuously for the period of the election and support the bid to bring a new Nigeria. Let me say this to us, please, and I hope you understand this. If we don't have the right people and the right person as the president of Nigeria, Nigeria is doomed. Buhari can't do anything. In 2003, I was opportune to go to Abuja after a very long time, because the first time I went to Abuja was 1989, and then I went in 2003. And I made a call to my wife, and I said, if one doesn't have God, you think you are dead, that you are failed, because I happened to know someone that was very close to Atiku, and I saw what they were talking about, how they were looting Nigerian funds. And these guys have been out of power for so long. Imagine if they come back. They are going to come back with a vengeance. They are going to steal Nigeria dry. So now, you see, Buhari is not the answer. When people say, oh, Buhari is the only one that can lead Nigeria out of the problem, and I look at it and say, wow, you must be stupid. What about you? Can't you do it? Can't you yourself do it?
Take it back.
Buhari, why not you as a person? At 40, he was a governor in a state. Why not you? And this is the man that has spent how many years? When you're ready, my president, please tell me, because I can go on and on. This is the man that has spent more than half of the time in hospitals all over.
The UK here.
UK here. So why is it him that can save Nigeria? But definitely I'll tell you that Atiku is not the one. The only option that we have to drive Nigeria forward is Omoyele Sowore.
Take it back.
The matter. Someone asked me, but he doesn't have experience. I said, what? The ones that you claim that have experience, what have they brought? What have they given us? Experience. What have they given us? They have messed things up further. So let's have someone, yes, let's have someone, yes, I agree. Let's have someone who doesn't have it. At least they will do something better than those who have experience and they have messed us up and they have failed us and they have ruined the lives of our children. So my appeal to everyone listening to me and to everyone here, one, not just the one-off giving, please, the continuous giving. Two, we all have families at home. You all have people that maybe they are on your payroll. That's right. And let me say this to you. The person that fits you controls your destiny. So talk to them that your PVC, this is the person I want you to vote for. Please, let's do this. We've got to be intentional about this change. We've got to be intentional about our support for this. So let's tell them, please make sure this is the person I want you to vote for. Yeah. Because this is the reason why I'm continuing to support you. And as we do this, before we know it, I can tell you, the Nigeria of our dreams will surely show up before us. Thank you very much.
Take it back.
Action. Action. Ladies and gentlemen, before I give the Lagos State gubernatorial candidate a chance to talk, I've just been told now that in Edo State, we are organizing a 1 million man march. It's going to be organized by one of the members of the 100 group, Comrade Singh. Let's go. Take it back. So he's the one organizing it. He has been talking about it, but he said the time and the time of the march he's going to announce it, and then everybody, and he plans to organize this march in many states of the country because he has been mobilized, he has been motivated by the action of our presidential candidate Omoyele. If this man can go around the world, around the states, what about we, you and I? And he's ready to do that, and we're going to give him all our support. Yes. Thank you very much. So, briefly before, I mean, our president is ready now, but if you have anything to add, okay, good. These are our, for Lagos State, the next governor of Lagos State.
Take it back.
Action.
Wow, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you, London. Thank you, UK. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate everyone. Who do this to us? Lagos. I don't want to go take too much time because I just came back from Lagos precisely. I was there for 40 days. I've been very proud of Lagos. I just want to commend my president. Thank you so much, sir. He has tried a lot. I don't know how he did it to go around in whole Nigeria. I'm having body ache right now. Yeah, first and foremost, thanks everyone. I don't know how we allow these people to rule us continuously. They were there as a military man. Now they came back again as a civilian. Same set of people. We allow them to rule us again. And yet we could not do anything about it to stop them. That stop. Enough is enough. Lagos State was being monopolized by one man, Tinubu. Who is Tinubu? When people tell me, oh, Tinubu, I said, no, come on, it's nobody. If we all can stand up and come together, we can defeat him with his money. Yes. He has bought every tout in Lagos with his money, and they could not say even single truth. How long are we going to do this for? Lagos is being polluted with every waste, bad roads. I bought a car recently in Lagos. The car did not last me 5 days because of bad roads. No train station, no good train, no housing, no good school, and yet we still want to vote these people. He has been in power for 19 years. He didn't do nothing. We are only requesting for 4 years to transform Lagos. And we're saying Lagos is is next to London. It's a lie. Lagos will not stand Dagenham and Dagenham alone. We know all that. Talking of Tower and Hamlet, we know all these things. So how long are we going to stand on this fence and say, oh, it's none of our business. We don't care. You and I can afford 100 bags of rice. What about people who cannot afford a cup of rice? How they survive, how they live? Please, my dear Londoner, brothers and sisters, we know how it works. We are in this system. We know how it works. Good system. Please, Joy, I don't want to take much of your time. This is a revolution. I'm not a politician, like my president and every one of us here. We just felt like enough is enough. I'm a frustrated Nigerian like everyone here. We are tired and sick. Please, we can do it. Good roads, good hospital, transportation. Can you imagine Ikorodu to VI, whatever, to other side?
6 hours.
They didn't make use of those water works at all. They can make use of transportation. Water works, yeah, sure. And the road traffic alone is killing in Lagos. In London, I can go everywhere I can go 10 places in London within 6 hours. You and I know that. Far and near of Heathrow, whatever, to cross and other. But in Lagos, believe me, you can't go 2 places in Lagos. In Lagos alone, you can't go 2 places. It's not possible. You'll be locked down in traffic. And then, please, Lagosian, believe in this mandate. We can do it. We will set you free. Come 2019. Please, everybody rise and join this movement. We have intellectual, vibrant mind, and God so good, our ideology align with Omoyele Sowore. The grass stood for the truth. So why can't we join in? Please, wherever you have little, small, support us, please. We appreciate it. We can take it back from them. Believe me, if money could let Jonathan down in 2015, how much more now? Who is Buhari? The man that could not even look after his own house and really runs anyhow he wants. He doesn't even least care about our lives. And look at the people around him. Tinubu of all people, Amechi of all people, Okorocha, paying £400 to for his son-in-law to have a gubernatorial whatever. It's so sad. If somebody could spend that much, tell me how much what he's going to do in the office. Please, I don't have Godfather. I'm saying openly. I don't have anybody, I have God. But please, we can deliver Nigeria as a whole. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate all your support. Come 2019, I believe we're going to have Omoyele Sowore as a new Nigerian president.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a few minutes now. I think the problem of Lagos State is very pathetic.
Why is that?
For the next 50 years, the next governors of Lagos State, they have already lined up behind each other.
In their dreams.
They've already lined it up. If you don't do it, if you don't fall along the line, they will just take you out. I can remember when Buhari came into power in 1983, they cancelled the Metro Line projects for Lagos State, 1983. In 2018, the same man came back to Lagos State to come and open a bus stop. I mean, and then there was funfair that, okay, this kind of the bus station in Lagos State. So sad. 36 years after, and people were jubilating. We should have gone beyond having a bus stop in Lagos State. Bus station in Lagos State. So, we need to make us make the difference. Thank you very much. So our president, our president has actually gone through all the questions and is going to answer them one by one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I received a few questions here, and the questions are good, I have to tell you, and I will try the best to answer the questions as quickly as possible, and as fast and as precisely as you have asked them. I can tell you that what we need is for 10,000 Nigerians, all over the world, home and abroad, to just support us with $200 each, or 200 pounds. Let's say 200 pounds.
I've done it.
Yes. And the moment we get to that,
so we can.
thank you very much. The moment we do that, we will have the money we need to fight these people. We will have the money we need to answer your questions, not on paper now, but with ideas and on the ground. We will have the money we need to construct 200,000, not your money now, but in being in office, we'll be at the place where we can use our resources to build roads, to take Lagos back. You know, it is very true that Lagos is a pathetic state, and part of the reason why I got upset and decided to run for president is partially Lagos, because I know that Lagos' future has been mortgaged for another 50 years. And if we are not careful, Lagos' future will be mortgaged for another 100 years. The people who are running Lagos, they have sold Lagos beyond their own lifetime. Yes. And the same thing applies to the nation of Nigeria. They have mortgaged the future of Nigeria into a time that is beyond their own lifespan. And we must take back our country so that some of these people, with due respect, the moment we remove the feeding bottle from their mouth, they will start dying off one after the other. Yes. A lot of them are sick, physically sick, mentally sick. Some of them are spiritually sick. Because if it is not sickness, how can somebody go and buy a sports car and forget the road upon which to drive? There was one I saw on Facebook where the man was trying to drive the car out of his garage. He then needed plank to put on. I said, but how did the car get into the garage in the first place? It's mental and spiritual problem of greed. So I go to your question, that the first question here says, what measures are you putting in place to tighten your security? We don't want you to take things for granted. I hear this all the time, which is good. I appreciate it that people care about me. What I'll say, and my response is that I want to discuss security issues in public. Whatever I can do to tighten my security, we are doing it. We can improve upon it if you support us very much. But this is not the security issue. Everybody in Nigeria is insecure. I say to people in Nigeria, when they come to me and say, are you not afraid of death? I say, are you people not dead already? Most of them are just waiting to be buried. They are dead, and people have been buried alive here anyway. Why are you afraid of death? The worst that can happen to any human being is to live under the condition under which we live in Nigeria. That is death. Other countries will judge people who live under $1 per day as people who are dead or on the verge of death. It's a state of emergency that we are living in. So, don't worry about security. We're doing our best to be secure. But the most important thing that can secure us is good conscience. And we have plenty of it at our disposal. Now I'll tell you something. If Nigerian police is protecting you, you are good at that. It's better sometimes to even have an armed robber that you can trust, or a kidnapper that you can trust. You see, there was a place we went to in Yaba, Surulere. We were held up. We had the guy who invited us is from the UK. He had 6 mobile policemen. Area boys held us up. Policemen were telling us, find them something else. We've gone. They had 6 AK-47 guns with them. They came to us and said, talk to them now. After we left the place, we discovered that the police and the area boys are working hand in
Together.
hand. They were the ones who told them, they gave them a wink that it's time to hold us to ransom. I'm telling you. But they held us for 30 minutes. I told them, I'm not the one who stole Nigeria's money. You can hold me here. And I never gave a dime. You know, they say, which kind of president are you going to be? You are stingy. I said, no, I'm about to fix your future. You are holding the people you should hold to ransom. You are not holding them to ransom. Instead, they are, you know, they called the guy made some money available to them. They came to me, they kept coming to me in the car. You are the one we are holding. I said, you are not holding, you are holding your future. If you like, when you are tired, you let me go. And when they were tired, they let us go. But the point I'm making to you is that to have 6 policemen who are telling you that you should go and settle area boys. The area boys were not even carrying broken bottles. They were just like, they are not going anywhere. So sometimes, don't be relying too much on Nigerian security. You know. Many songs have been compiled for you towards your campaign. Any possibility these songs are put together and circulated around stores, markets, shopping centers? It's true, we are working on putting them on the CD, but we already put them on SoundCloud. So if you go to soundcloud.com/Sowore 2019, you find we have over 15 songs now that we made for us for free. People are they are donating their talents, time, energy, and everything that they can give us. Yes, the one is already on MTN. It's the one that is the Kegate's one. Where is the DJ here? Maybe he could play some of those nice songs for us. How well coordinated is the effort at home in terms of readiness to spread the message once campaign starts? Efforts are being made. We have people who are already, even as we speak, doing grassroots campaigning. I don't know if some of you are following us last week. We went to Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife. The hall was jam-packed. We actually went also into Ile-Ife itself, and people were very happy to receive us because I saw one question about the Onio people, who I heard is in town for Batala Day as well. How do we solve the corruption problem that has eaten deep into our INEC? From reliable source, they already know the next president is due to bribe giving to INEC. Let me tell you, the party that bribed the most in 2015 lost the election. I said to people, what is the job of INEC? INEC is here to rig the election for the ruling party. We are here to make sure that we win the election for the people of Nigeria. Yes. And it is eternal vigilance that will make us win. It's not INEC. INEC cannot help us, but the moment they come on that day, you would tell your people to take a picture of the results. Make use of technology. We are planning to use drones. The moment they hear that we plan to use drones, they have now banned drones in Nigeria. But whether they like it or not, we'll figure out how to put drones in the airspace that day of the election. Nobody can stop us. Nobody can stop an idea whose time has come. Yeah. I am interested in, to understand your plan with Nigeria's economic relationship with China. This is a question about China. The import-export deficit costs us millions, most importantly negative. Industrialization, the failed textile industry, also the import of illegal and counterfeit products to Nigeria, e.g. drugs. How do you plan to give Nigeria a better economic leverage and protect market standards? Thank you so much, Evi, for this question. The question about China keeps coming up. And the question you ask yourself is that how did China become a world power? They decided a long time ago that enough is enough with their incompetent leaders. And they started growing their human resources. Today, when it was time for China to become communists, they were communists. When they could be socialists, they were socialists. When it was time for capitalism, they became capitalists. And they kept making products, even though their products started as fake products. But over time, because they kept making it, they have now been able to compete with even better countries around the world. China now has its own Chinese cars. China is about to come out with their mid-range jets very soon, right? Yes. So we are complaining about China because we are lazy. We have lazy leaders who are not innovative to turn our own population the same way China turned its own population into its own advantage. And that's what new leaders will do in Nigeria. We have 200 million people Out of the 200 million, over 70% of them are young people. That's about 140 something million people. My mathematics is still alright, so I didn't quite see that. What are, yes, 140 million people. If we put them to work the same way China did it during their own revolution, we would also have a Nigeria that is able to be having, they will be talking about Nigerian products too. Nigeria has got the whole of Africa to conquer. But because Nigeria cannot even govern itself, Nigeria cannot conquer Benin Republic. Yes. So by the time we get it right and we start producing, we get into the game of production, we will be able to compete with China. You can complain about China from now to eternity. Even if China leaves Nigeria alone, other countries will come and take over. Because there's a void to be filled in Nigeria. Like I said earlier, you go to Ghana. Ghana has one of the best airports in Africa to date. Senegal has the best airports in Nigeria. If you look at the internet 3 days ago, to cross the border from Rwanda to Congo, they have digital fingerprints to cross the border. Nigeria cannot boast of a kiosk at its border. In fact, we are talking about border. Go to the Nigerian airport, Mohammed International Airport. Those of us that just came on Virgin Atlantic 3 days ago, the pilots announced, this is not a joke, I was inside the plane. He said I cannot power on the AC because when the plane is on the ground, it uses an external generator to power the air conditioning system. He said they only had one. And when we couldn't leave, he said, well, I've asked them to bring a second one so that I can power the engines of my plane. He said, but knowing Nigeria, this is what the pilot said, knowing Nigeria, this might take a while. Lo and behold, it took us an hour before we could depart. We were an hour late because they couldn't find a second generator to give to the jet, the pilot who was flying 4-engine jet, the A340. That is Nigeria for you. You are not even gone about, you haven't gone into the toilets at the airport. You haven't passed through at night trying to get on the plane. You are wondering, can't Nigeria afford bombs to put on the roof? Somebody's embezzling money for bombs at the airports in Nigeria. So Nigeria is in such a bad shape. Let's stop complaining about China. The moment Nigeria gets it right, other countries around the world will respect Nigeria. But as long as you don't get it right, China will control your life, Ghana will control your life, America is doing his own. Everybody is there to fill the void because we don't have leadership. I say to people, even those Europeans and Americans, the moment they find new leaders in Nigeria, they will also change the team that is dealing with Nigeria. But right now, anybody can send a bozo to be an ambassador in Nigeria. He will walk into the office of the president and be dictating to. Have you ever seen the ambassador of Nigeria going around telling people who to vote for in the UK? Ambassador of America is the one on TV. He says, you have to vote for this person. This is the way to vote. You go to the European ambassador. They are kings. But you cannot find a Nigerian ambassador to even attend to passports here in London. Because we don't have leadership. We have to admit that. And we must get it right with leadership before we can be putting our mouth everywhere. China, we can abuse China how we like. But as long as we don't have textile industry, they will bring in their own textile. And when they bring in their own textile, even if it's substandard, you have a custom there that is even telling the man where to pass the textile through. The Nigerian Immigration Service helps to bring in illegal experts into the country to take jobs that Nigerians can take. But you know the immigration policy of America and the UK, the only way they will take an external person is if they cannot find a local who can do the job in their own country. But there are people in Nigeria who are brought in to come and sweep the floor of companies. Yes, in Nigeria. Are you saying that you cannot find a Nigerian who knows how to sweep? This is completely nonsensical, but it's leadership. Leadership, leadership, leadership. How do you intend to reach the grassroots local people to convince them to your side? Again, this is a question we answered before. Local people are there for us, but we will not be able to get to every local person. That's where we need you. Apart from your funds that you can support us with, most of you are the social security departments of your families and your villages. They ask you to do borehole. Tell them, vote for my candidates. They ask you to sponsor wedding, give them a condition too. All these while we haven't been giving them conditions to sending money. It is time to give them conditions. And I tell you it works. Last time our problem was how to get people to have PVC. And Nigerians across the world started making PVC ownership as a condition for sending money. Now there are 12 million new voters. Yes, courtesy of your efforts. You should clap for yourself. So now that you have PVC, let them know, look, we have reached a point where we have to take very firm decisions. Tell anybody that if you vote for any of these guys that are destroying them, I'm not sending money to you anymore. Still in the country that you created. But if you want us to be friends, vote for the right candidate. You can use your influence. Yes. Call 5 people, 10 people. You can call the traditional ruler of your place. We went to Ondo State last week and we were surprised pleasantly in a place called Ikale to find all the traditional rulers in the kingdom. And everybody was asking us, how did we get all these traditional rulers? Because if you don't have money, they don't show up at events. It turns out that it's one of the sons of the traditional rulers who practically threatened his father. He said, look, if you don't bring all the traditional rulers together, you are the chairman of traditional rulers in the area. You are not hearing from me anymore. And this is, if I sound a joke, one of the place was jam-packed. You know, jam-packed. The state government was calling they were calling the area that how the Sowore bring traditional rulers together because it costs a lot of money to even give them transportation money. He was one guy called his father because most of the traditional rulers have their children living abroad and the children are saying to them, look, this is how the countries are working. You are a traditional ruler wearing agbada every day, going to Akure or going to Abuja. If the country is better, you don't need to go and beg for, you don't need to become beggars in your own country. And that is changing. I'm saying you can change the mindset of people at home. Just one of you can get 30 people to vote for the right candidate. Use that leverage as well. So someone is asking me, said, is it true that you didn't accord the Oni of Ife with respect he deserves? You know, this question is a question I've answered a million times. Respect is reciprocal. You know, and I'm not apologetic about it. I was invited by the Oni of Ife to go and visit his palace. I went there, spent 3 hours, I was not attended to. And I said to myself, if I was Atiku, I wouldn't have been treated like that. If I was Buhari, they wouldn't have treated me like that. And just to know that our traditional rulers are discriminatory in respect. When the Prince of Wales went to Nigeria the other day, they summoned all of them to come and meet him in Abuja. Yes, the one in Ghana waited in his palace. They went and met him. But our traditional rulers went and sat behind Charles. Prince Charles. And the man was having a good time. All our traditional rulers, they queued up behind him. But if it is Sowore, they are saying that you should go and prostrate for traditional rulers. Any traditional ruler that is looking for respect, so we've reached that and we have resolved the issue about Ife. We need to move on to resolving Nigeria's problem. Nigeria's problem is not about how well you can prostrate. It's about how well we can stand together. The second question is it presidential ambition fails? Can you see Senate as an alternative? I don't see how a presidential ambition can fail. You know, and I've said Nigeria needs a president, not a senator at this time. So, and those people who feel like they are only able to become senators, they are welcome to our party to join. You can be a senator, you can be a local government councillor under our party. There's room for everybody. If you think your bandwidth and ambition is not beyond Senate, you are welcome to become a senator. Like somebody said, yeah, I think it was our governorship candidate from Osun State. Instead of questioning whether somebody should go to councillor or president, why don't you do it yourself? Majority of you can do a better job than Buhari. Yes, there's nobody in this room that I've met who cannot speak better than Buhari, who cannot communicate better than him, who definitely in my view can govern Nigeria. better than. So do not internalize any inferiority complex.
Yes.
Every Nigerian is entitled to be president of Nigeria. In fact, I think that they have lowered the barrier to becoming president because of their incompetence.
That's true.
Yes. How do you plan to address the shambolic state of our healthcare system? We have to take it back. Yes, thank you. The healthcare system in Nigeria don't exist. There's no healthcare system. That's the starting point. And the way to look at this is to recreate a brand new health care system in Nigeria. But that is predicated on access for all. Nigeria can afford to provide healthcare to all the citizens of Nigeria. And we have the resources. I have said this several times. Don't let anybody deceive you that Nigeria cannot take care of its people. Because you know why? Every year we spend $2 billion in India to take care of our people. That's those who can afford it. With $2 billion, you can imagine what it would do inside of Nigeria to provide health care for the people of Nigeria. It is possible and it's doable, and we must do it. But we must build it by way of investment. There must be deliberate investment in healthcare. What is AAC going to do? We have said to even start with, first year in office, as soon as we are sworn in, we will hire 160,000 health workers to fan into everywhere in Nigeria. So that even if it's something as simple as getting your blood pressure measured from time to time, we will do it. So that doctors are not telling you based on your looks that you have malaria, and based on your lethargic state, upgrade it to typhoid. Those are the only two diseases that I know in Nigeria. Either you have malaria or typhoid. You know, there's no other diagnosis. Even when you are dying, they will say it's the second grade of they just keep upgrading it until you die. Because there's no healthcare system in the place. I'm not joking. To go around the country, you know that people have, health issues, they have, heart issues, they have cancer, people have kidney diseases, they have, in the whole of Nigeria, the health minister said there's no functioning, the kidney dialysis machine. In Nigeria, country of 200 million people, no functioning, university teaching hospital has kidney dialysis machine. In Nigeria, they only have them in the private hospitals, and you cannot afford it. So a lot of people, the moment you have a kidney issue, it's as good as death. The moment you have liver issues, you're as good as. The moment you have cancer, forget it. Because first they won't be able to detect or diagnose it. If they detect or diagnose anything close to cancer, they will just refer you to your spiritualist. That's it. Doctors will be telling you that even when I'm sick, and doctor and our pastor will cure me. Doctors will be telling you that, they'll be referring you to the Babalawo. It's messed up. But guess what? There are Nigerians out there who are willing to come and help us for free in the country. There are Nigerian doctors who have retired and still have 10 more years to give. But they don't have a place to go to. They don't have a system that can even accommodate them. To insult Nigerians, the Minister of Health recently said that, why is everybody trying to be a doctor? My tailor is a doctor, so why can't some of the doctors just be doing tailoring? Right? That is the mindset there. I went to Oyo State, our governorship aspirant state, and met the Minister of Communication at the radio station. That one is pathetic. Those are the kind of characters that Buhari is parading as minister, and that's why the situation is hopeless. How can you help Nigerian innovators, brilliant people? I have said it, I'm repeating here. There will be an office of a chief innovator for the presidency of Nigeria as soon as we assume office. Somebody who can call around people who have innovations that we can invest in right away. Nigeria has become an innovation hub, even without government intervention. Yes, Nigeria has its own version of PayPal as we speak, Waterwave. It's even better than PayPal. They have their own GoFundMe. It is innovation of Nigerians that is powering the country, otherwise the country would have failed completely. just young Nigerians. Some of them are from here. They came to school here, went back home. They are struggling every day, but they don't have a country that can support their brilliance and their aspiration and innovation. If you bring any innovation to Nigeria, they will tell you to take it back. And if you don't take it back, they will steal it from you.
That was my question, sorry. In my area, I was thinking, would you have like a department, an office within your
Office of the President, yes.
or engineering?
Absolutely. No, you see, engineering is just not engineering, and that's what we say innovation. A chief innovation officer who can harness all of this innovation, whether they have chemical and technology in any area, and kind of filter them and let the government invest in innovation. So, one product, one properly innovated product out of Nigeria can become one of the biggest earners for us.
Like I had an idea which I have to
just hold on to the idea. Because if you say it here, they will steal it. They will steal it. They will steal my ideas.
Fesco was very interested,
Yeah.
but because I have no finance. and
Just
it was
hold on.
budgeted
Just
for-
hold on to the idea until you win. The last three questions before we go into our fundraisers is from Deacon Agaho. As you should clap for me. He's been very supportive. Deacon, and his wife, Debbie, who's sitting next to you, has promised to raise money for us like hell. But Deacon has got a lot of questions for me. Deacon, some of your questions have to be take-home assignments. They're so long, They look like those questions we used to answer. But I will try and answer them, and because they're very, very, very important questions. What thoughts do you have regarding setting up states focused working groups in the diaspora, who in turn will cascade awareness by replicating this with family, friends, and others who can influence awareness locally? What Deacon is saying is that, apart from supporting us directly, some of you have states that you care about. You can also help us fund our state coordinators. Like Deacon has helped us recently to set up an office in Edo State, Benin City in particular. Contacting me, I found out that they made posters available from Okada all the way to Asaba. We have posters in Edo State. And we have to shout out to our people in Edo State. They have been so supportive. Yeah. And look at the work that they will start in 1 million members. So, same group. Yeah, same group. Yeah. So Edo has been very, 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 very supportive. In Edo State, they call me Sowore. But I love it. I'm just joking. You know how to pronounce it. But it is the kind of spirit that must be replicated everywhere. In Edo State, in Sokoto State, in Kwara State, in Kogi State. Yes, I mentioned Kwara because part of the reasons why I got involved in this is that I met Kwara in a pathetic state. Kwara is owned by one person, the whole state. But Kwara today is changing based on the interventions we had in Kwara.
Take it back!
We are breaking the stranglehold of the Sarakis over the people of Kwara. And we hope that the people of Kwara will not give up. The same way we hope that the people of Lagos will not give up. The same way we hope that the people of Oyo State will not give up. We need to break these guys, we need to break these states away from all these individual landlords who are holding the destinies of a lot of people at the state level to ransom. And the same thing should apply across Nigeria. You see, there's a cabal in the country that's holding the country to ransom. That's holding the progress of Nigeria to ransom. And our own solution to it is that we are not going to only sanitize Nigeria. We would insecticide Nigeria, and our own insecticide we call cabacide. Yes. We will finish all the cabals once and for all, and ensure that Nigeria becomes a respectable country that can take care of its people, its citizens, and can take care of the hope and aspiration of the continent of Africa. Said I congratulate you for creating awareness of your campaign via social media. However, there are many potential voters at home who do not have access and therefore do not have vital information regarding Spicer heat. What is your strategy to reach them with less than 3 months to election? Deacon, the truth is that we are reaching out, no doubt. But one thing people should understand is that we are not allowed to campaign yet until November 18th. So there's an embargo on campaigns. We can't put jingles in radio stations. We can't put advert slots in TV stations, and we cannot do rallies. But as soon as the campaign embargo is lifted, we will reach every nook and cranny of Nigeria. As an aspirant, I did 30 states within 3 months in Nigeria. We did over 150 events. And outside of Nigeria, we've done over 30 events, including visiting almost 20-something states. I mean, if you are campaigning for the president of Nigeria, you end up in Australia, then you know that you are serious. You know, I just did Australia, 4 cities in Australia recently. I did Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, and Perth. You know, and I'll tell you, Nigerians all over the place, all over the world are pumped up. They're pumped up. In Australia alone, we raised 20,000 Australian dollars. Yeah. As soon as we go home, they kept sending us T-shirts, posters, and more money. You know, people are really buying into this dream. They are buying into our ideas and aspirations, and we can't just wait. We can't afford to fail. That's why you know, for me and for a lot of us, and I'm sure for you, failure is not an option. It's not. You know, losing the election is not an option. And we understand that we can win this election. That's the reason why we are very tenacious in reaching out to you. You know, so many of us will never ask for help. We're afraid to even do so. We're too shy. But in this case, we will do everything to get the help we need so that you can see a different Nigeria that is possible during your lifetime. That is what is disturbing me here. You know, the simple things that you take for granted. Roads, you know, even sanitation, like ability to use a toilet in the ministry in Nigeria is not possible. It's not. You can't go to a federal ministry in Nigeria and use their toilets. You cannot go to any government-owned school and use their toilets. Yes, there are no public toilets in most places in Nigeria. Even the so-called Lagos, that they have invested billions in, there's nowhere in Lagos that you can proudly use a toilet if it's not a privately owned hotel or eatery. It's terrible. So we will, you know, we need you to be able to, you know, advertisement alone for 60 seconds in some stations as much as millions of naira. Do you know that since we started, we have not raised up to 100 million naira? But with the little we have raised, we have become the most popular political party in Nigeria today. INEC just came out today that out of 91 political parties, only 56 of them are able to participate in the election. Out of the 23 newly registered political parties, we are the only one. We are the only ones that I will tell you without looking back that is notoriously popular in Nigeria. You look at it as those take it back people, don't mess with them, you know. It's become a sing-song in Nigeria. It has become an empowerment movement that people, you know, even policemen, when we see them on the road, they stop us. They say, that's we president without to not allow them to carry while and they go. At the airport, they used to disturb me. Now they escort me to the plane. Because every space we have now, we have to fight for it. You know, we are not apologetic. There was a time if we got to the airport, we start fighting from the gates. But now, there's, you know, it's the AAC people now, you take it back, people let them pass. Yes, we have been passing very well. But the thing is that don't be under any illusion that they won't come after us. So, you know, the more we inch closer to power, the more they will become also ferocious, they will push back. So, apart from giving money, also know that we might have to embark on serious fight for us. Because they will go after us as we become more and more popular, and it becomes more obvious to them that we are going to certainly take it back next year. The last question here is from Sales Dicking. He said, wherever there's unity, there is strength. How do you intend to ensure that all of those within the party movement are unified and can therefore focus on the political force required to take it back? Dicking, this one I would say that we have to do this internally. Yes, this is a party internal affair. We will discuss it on how best to bring everybody under the same roof. But we did a good job working together. As you know, before we came to this London event, there were some disagreements. But everybody is back on board. This is a full house, you know. This cameraman, you want to show their faces, great people of London.
Take it back!
Action!
Take it back!
Action!
AAC!
Take it back! The beauty of what we are doing here is that we are not alone. You know, I don't know how many people are watching. Do you know how many people are watching?
Yeah, 611 now.
Yes. 600 and something people are watching. That's a country without internet. You know, this I'm telling you, people are buying. They'll go and borrow internet to watch us because this is their hope of a final liberation from the oppressive class in Nigeria. And everybody is on board with us. Our parents are on board. Our mothers are on board with us. Our fathers are on board with us. Old people are on board with us. Poor people are on board with us. In fact, recently, rich people have indicated that they want a different Nigeria. Because with all their wealth, they cannot sleep. And we have told them that if you let Nigeria be, you people can also have rest. But as long as Nigeria is like this, every rich man is a poor man. Yes. Until everybody in Nigeria gets their due, the money you think you have will not give you the rest of mind that you need. So it's in their own interest that Nigeria is a better country. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I will hand over back to the MC so that we can go into the business of the night. And on that occasion, I will also appeal to those who may not be able to attend this event tonight, that there are other means that you can use to contribute to us, right? We have an account in Lagos. Zenith Bank is 10006023871. Some of you have donated directly to it. And on GoFundMe, we are gofundme.com/Sowore 2019. On GoFundMe, we have raised over $94,000 as of today. Yes. And we can reach 100,000, but our final destination is $2 million on GoFundMe. We are raising money transparently to defeat the old guards. The advantage about donating transparently is that anytime they see more money in GoFundMe, they get hypertensive, you know, because that is for them. One of them go on GoFundMe and say, how much have they raised? And they discover that we are raising more money. Not only are you giving us money, you are helping us to make a statement on the desire of Nigerians, on the unity of Nigerians to defeat these old cargoes who are holding Nigeria to ransom, who have made it impossible for the country to experience prosperity and any form of development. Nigeria must be removed from the state of arrested development from now on. Thank you so much, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Comrade Sowore has given us good answers to most of the questions we've asked tonight. And it's used to that because everywhere he goes, Nigerians always ask questions. They want to know, is it possible? Yes. Can we actually do it? And he's an encyclopedia of answers. And he will give them the answers. And I think we are well satisfied tonight about the answers he has given. But tonight there's a twist to your question tonight. Because I don't know whether you've experienced it. A child is ready to ask you a question.
Wow.
And one of the children that performed the game said, I want to ask you the question.
Yeah.
I said, just hold on.
Have the floor.
Yeah,
man.
so is it precious or promise?
That's promise.
Promise.
Go ahead, take it away.
How are you going to make Nigeria better for us to live?
Wow. Please give him a round of applause. Promise has asked me, said, how are you going to make Nigeria a better place for us to live? Wow. That question is a big promise. And I'm going to answer that question with a promise. And the promise is to make Nigeria a better place for not only the people in Nigeria to live, but people who want to live in Nigeria to be able to live in. One promise, I'm going to use this opportunity to tell us or tell you our manifesto, which is called Spicer HEAT. That's the acronym for it. One is to provide 24 hours security for Nigeria and Nigerians so that nobody gets killed or nobody gets kidnapped from their school like they did to Chibok girls, or that nobody is kidnapped, robbed, or is endangered and at the mercy of criminals, both those who are on the street and those who are in government. Second is to provide 24 hours electricity for Nigerians. Nigerians don't have this kind of electricity you are seeing, so that your friends after school can do their homework, you know, and they can go to great schools and learn the same way you are probably learning, the opportunity they don't have now. Number three is to provide infrastructure in our country so that our people can drive on nice roads. And when you go with daddy next time to Nigeria, daddy will not be afraid to drive you to their hometown and ask grandma to come and see you in a hotel in Lagos. You want to be able to drive with daddy to the place on a road that is smooth and without endangering your life and that of mommy and that of Precious, your brother, who I met tonight. And number three is to fight corruption so that they don't steal the money that is meant for the education of our children and for the health of our women and children. That they don't steal the money that is meant for our highways and the one that is meant to improve the country and several other things that we should be getting to fight corruption. Promise. Another promise I have is to create an economy that is all inclusive, that will provide jobs for people who don't have jobs. Nigeria has got a lot of young people, they're looking for work. After they graduated from school, they can't find work because there are no industries in the country. We only have generators that are killing our people with fumes at night. We need machinery that is working. Not to be making noise, because technology that will bring to bear Nigeria will bring machines that don't make noise anymore. Because those are old ways of industrial development. So create an economy that puts money in people's pockets. Promise the minimum wage of a Nigerian worker is 39 pounds a month. That is not enough for you to buy ice cream per month, right? So if your daddy and mommy were to be Nigerian workers, you would never have tasted ice cream in your life. Probably you would never be able to wear this suit you are wearing today, which looks very nice, by the way. And I would like to borrow that.
Now we are in the section of fundraising. The reason why we are gathered here tonight is to raise funds for this party, to raise funds for the campaign of AAC at all levels, from presidential to all to all levels. And then Commissioner is here. He has gone all over the world. And you just heard him say that in Australia he raised over $20,000. And I think in UK, in London, We are the economic capital of the world, they keep saying. Now we can do better than Australia. And I believe tonight there are people here who are able to come Sowore, and they feel that they believe in their heart that we need to do something. This is the first time I'm hearing that in Nigeria people are giving money, their little earned money to support a party.
That's right.
If Atiku should come here to UK now, we will be expecting him to give us money because he was giving out how many thousand? $5,000 per delegate the other time. So for this time, this is a reverse funding of political parties, and we are starting a revolution here in London and from ANC party. So I would like to call on Comrade Dr. Cedric and our beautiful Comrade Shade Oluwasoya. They have been Olusoya, sorry, I keep adding more to them. These are frontline members of our group on a group of 100, and they would like to address us and speak to us about the need for us to be able to raise money for our party. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, how are you? It's nice to see you all here. I'm sure some of you know me, some of you haven't. But if you haven't, that's fine. This is the time for you to know me. I'm part of 100% group. We are all friends of Sowore. For your information, this is the first time I'm standing close to him. And I want Nigeria to be a better place for me and for you. Okay, so tonight, I want to enlighten you a little bit about the road ahead, the task ahead. Where do we start? Now in Nigeria, we have 36 states. And for you to compete in Nigeria and win, for us to win, take it backers, we need to compete in every state and every level. So now we have 36 states. Start imagining. In that 36 states, we need offices in those 36 states, including the FTC. In the offices, we need infrastructure, amenities in the office. We need a bus, people's carrier to move volunteers around. We need posters, we need billboards, we need adverts on each the delegates, governors, representative House of Assembly, so you can see the task ahead. So now, as you know, we fund ourselves. We don't have any godfathers. So that's why during the primaries, members were asked to, compete. We don't need to go and bribe Omoyele or whoever it is to put our name forward. I could have competed, but I have something doing here. So you can try to imagine how. And these, our opponents, I gathered that the APC have enlisted 10 billion. 10 billion. Okay. So now APC or PDP, I don't know how much they are, but I want you to imagine the task ahead. So when we are soliciting for funding, so I want you to imagine that. Not that we are soliciting for funding for the sake of it. So imagine these task, offices, infrastructures, movement here and there. So when we say, please give, we want you to give for you to understand we want a better Nigerian for you and for me. Okay, so if you have offices to donate, that's fine. Vehicles to donate, that's fine. Money to donate, that's fine. And also we want you to tell your brothers, sisters. So as Sowore said earlier on, I do, as far as I run my home back there, my mom, brothers, sisters. Obviously I've told them already. This is my mom, God bless her, she's gone, but she knows Sowore's picture. She was holding it, but if she's going to vote, she's looking for this face, this, I'm going to vote for this. Otherwise there will be no Christmas money. Everyone knows that already. Okay, so now the issue of fundraising. This is where it comes from. So I'll now leave it to my colleagues to shed more light to you.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks once again for coming. I'm glad my colleague, brother, friend,
Take it back, guys.
It's just summarize what we are up against. It is campaign scenario. Summarize that principle Omoyele Victoria, candidate from Oyo, Lagos, the DG, they've all told you what TIB stands for, the infrastructure and things, how they want to make things better. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Why and how did I get involved with TIB? And I hope you relate to what I'm about to say. Personally, I was going through a bit of a rough time in my life, and I had a personal coach and a mentor who encouraged me to get involved with the cause that I'm passionate about. I do volunteer for several charities, whatever, but come April, I had that Mr. Omoyele Sowore. I've been following, by the way, on Sahara Reporters, that he was coming out to as an aspirant and the TIB movement. And my mind is saying, that is it, this is what I want to do. And believe me, I'm going to give all I have in me. My family knows about the passion I have for TIB ANC. My mother, who I visited recently, she's campaigning for ANC. She's calling people, telling them ANC. In fact, when she speaks about Omoyele Sowore, you think she knows him personally. That is it. So that's just a little bit about me, why I've gotten involved. I really want a Nigeria that everybody can be proud of. A Nigeria where I can take my 3 kids to, and I will not be worried about security. I will not be worried about, the generator just go off at night if you run out of fuel or something like that. So I know each and everybody has got their personal story and why they're involved. So I want you to key into that. And I know some of you have been giving, you've been doing different kind of things, but tonight, I want you to do what we are here for. I want you to come to the present, whatever it is that you have tonight. Deep into your pockets, and I want you to give generously. I would use an analogy, it's a Christian analogy, David and Goliath. This is David. But I want you guys, we all here, we have the stones in our pockets. So I want us to dip into our pockets, and we're going to give the ANC, the vision, the campaign, the stones that we're going to use to kill Goliath come 2019. Yes. So I'm going to hand back to Dr. Cedric.
Thank you. We have envelopes here, and obviously, if you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. Otherwise, you pass the envelope around. Whatever you have, please donate. You can put your name in it and we would acknowledge you. But if you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. Also, if you want to continue, if you want our bank account statement, GoFundMe, you can ask, we will give that to you so that you can set up direct debit, so you can set up direct debit. Nothing is too small and nothing is too big. If you have banks to donate to us, that's fine. Offices to donate to us, any of the states, that's fine. Call your brothers, call your sister. It's part of the giving as well. Okay, and give them the direction. We want, those of us that are doing it, we want a better Nigeria. There's nothing personal, we just want a better Nigeria. Okay, we want to remove that stigma. Anywhere you go, you're in Nigeria and say, you know what I mean? Yes, so we want to remove that. We want to be seen, want to be respected, I want to be seen from someone from a responsible and respected country. Please give and give for us to be able to turn that country around. God will bless the cheerful giver.
Oh, we got some of them.
We got some.
I'm proud to say I gave 100 ways. I'm proud to say in the past I've donated up to 170 pounds. That was just for the posters.
Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Does everybody want
Okay. Hello, everyone. Somebody just said we should give 1 minute to share his experience with us, please. I'm sure it's going to be a yummy one.
Take it back. Action. Action.
Take it back.
Well, like what my friend just said, I'm taking an award. And this is the first time I'm meeting this young man for the first time. I never met him before. But the passion that I've got, him, my wife, and the whole of my family, that is the reason why we key into his vision. And we believe in his vision.
Yes.
I don't want to speak too much. What I want to say is, I know that everyone has a way of linking with people back home. But I want to share this with you. Please, camera, look at me, please, so that they can see, listen to what I want to say. I want everyone here and people all around the diaspora, please set up your personal WhatsApp group, not within the diaspora, within your family. If you got mom and dad, let them be in, your friends. Then at the end of the day, you have about 5, 10 from friends, other people who came into this, your WhatsApp group. Set up this, and you can be able to pass your information that you want your people back home, not here, to do for AAC party. That way, you will be doing grassroots campaign. This is just what I want to share.
Thank you.
Lastly, on behalf of myself, my wife, my family, we are supporting this party with £1,000.
This is how we do it.
The future is here, the future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is here to be free from greed and wickedness. So wherever we find is the way out for a new Nigeria of our dreams. The future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is yearning for help.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wale Oyefeso, here, I just donated £80 right now.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
I've got from Mrs. Ronnie Jackson Taylor. She's just donated £50 right now.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
I've got from Mr. Sampson. Where's Mr. Sampson? Oh, thanks, Mr. Sampson. £40.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
I've got from Miss Alero Jackson the sum of £100. Take it back.
Action.
Yeah.
On behalf of my husband, he said he will need £100.
£100 from Mr. Wale Ajayi. £100. I know that so I'll get the money. Thank you very much.
I see the card in now.
Yeah, they're bringing it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, from Mr. and Mrs. Olawale Abimbola, another £100 in cash.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
Thank you. Who else has got their envelope ready? Thank you very much, sir. From, I've got to cough a bit before I announce this one, everybody. From Ambassador and Mrs. Andrew Onibe, £1,000.
I want people in London to be provoked.
Yes.
And let's us do this.
Okay, I know there's someone here, it's an anonymous donor. They've just given £50. I've got Sister Stella Wilkie. Oh, this is another anonymous one. £300.
Take it, huh?
Take it. Take it. Yeah, I want £1,000. Yes, take it.
Oh,
take it.
take it back.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. I've got from Sister Florence Isibo. Sister Florence came all the way from Coventry. Wow. She's been around since last night for this event, and she's going to sleep in London tonight because of this event. Wow. And she's donated another £50. Wow.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
We must take our country back.
Yes, sir.
We're taking a cash payment of £100 extra.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm from Mr. Chike. Mr. Chike was one of the first people that bought our tickets for tonight. And not only that, he got here on time. He helped us to set this place up. And he's donated another 30 cars. And someone is donated anonymously another £5. Wow. I've got Mrs. Adedayo Ake Shola, who's donated 50 pounds. My niece and my best friends as well. 50 pounds. Thank you. Okay, this is another one I'm going to cough before I announce. From Miss Tawakalitu Omoyele. She's donating 5,000 posters for those states. 5,000 posters for Ondo State. Who is that? She's also our deputy women leader for the party.
For the party. Wow.
We are taking another 1,000 pounds here on card for
oh, yes.
Take it back. Action.
And everyone, in case you don't have your cash, we have POS there. In case you don't have your cash, we have POS. We are ready. We are ready to take it back. We are ready in every way. POS is on.
Take it back.
We are waiting. Someone's writing.
Actually, I didn't know that they got so I've just sent my son. He's coming.
Okay, it's coming. We are here. We are here.
I'm Elijah from Manmo.
Okay.
Have all my gentlemen.
Want a little bit of audience? Please listen, listen, listen.
Please, guys, listen.
Listen, please.
We have all my gentlemen. I don't know where he had the idea of what he was saying as President Sowore, but he really believes in Nigeria to be great. On his behalf, I'm giving this group, apart from my own donation to the Red Flag.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I've got another anonymous donation here of 20 pounds. Does anybody want any more envelopes or POS?
POS.
Once that 1,000 is now approved, take it approved. It's approved, yes.
Thank There's more envelope, please. More envelope. More envelope, please.
I think it's
Envelope, please, so we can reach Nigeria 2 years' time. Nice and peaceful country. We are enjoying ourselves there. We are thinking, oh, do you remember that time, that day we were in Cali town, raising for funds? For those of you, everyone who want to join the group, any other group, so you can join and inspire your family back home. Thank you. Okay.
I'd like to seize this opportunity to announce from our Oyo State gubernatorial candidate, 250 pounds. They pay back for their
More.
Yes, Stella Wilkie has just donated $390 into GoFundMe.
Take applause.
While we're waiting for
200 pounds taking on cash.
Thank you.
Name, please.
This is
Akira.
Take it back.
Action.
So while we're waiting for the POS donations in the corner, the DJ can play our jingle. And let's just keep
DJs.
Rolly Jackson Taylor, on GoFundMe.
Yes, she
Hello!
said.
Hand of applause, hand of applause. As you can see, thank you. There's no godfather, you are our godfather and our godmother. We don't answer to passenger or Tinubu. No. They can't direct us what to do, they can't tell us what to do. We run the country for ourselves, for the betterment of ourselves. Action. Take it back, action.
Take it back, action. Set Nigeria now. Set Nigeria now. Action. Yes, take it back, action. The future is here. The future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland.
Let's donate handsomely for your country. For your country, so we can answer to you.
500 pounds taking on cash.
How we tend to fund our agenda. There's no godfather, there's no godfather. No answer to anyone.
The future is here. The future is now.
Let's donate handsomely.
It's time to join hands to save our fatherland.
Taking on card.
Who's that?
He wanna be anonymous. 50 pounds on card.
The future is here, the future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is yearning for help to be free from greed and wickedness. And fight is the way out for Nigeria of our dream. Yeah, I see. Take it back, action. Yeah, I see. Take it back, action. Set Nigeria now, set Nigeria now, action. Yeah, I see. Take it back, set Nigeria now, set Nigeria now, action. Yeah, I see. Take it back, action.
Yeah, someone here has just donated Mr. Akin today. Mr. Akin today just donated $200. Also, our youngest member as well, he's joined today as well.
Wow.
£300 on card on behalf of Promise.
For a new Nigeria of our dreams.
Let's take it back, our nation. Take it back. Take it back. Let's take it back. God has such a beautiful
The future is here, the future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. It's yearning for help to be free from greed and wickedness. So wherever fight is the way out for a new Nigeria of our dream. Yes, take it back, action. Yes, take it back, action. Set Nigeria now, set Nigeria now, action. Yes, take it back,
£200 on card.
Nigeria now,
£200.
the future is here, the future is now.
She promised $500. She gave you
Alaja just donated £500 right now.
belongs to you, not to Tinubu.
The future is here, the future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is yearning for help to be free from greed and
£100 on card.
take it back, action. Yes, take it back, action. Set Nigeria now, set Nigeria now, action. Yes, take it back, action. Set Nigeria now, set Nigeria now, action. Yes, take it back,
Let's take it back. It's your country. Belongs to you. Belongs to me. Not to Tinubu. Not to Buhari. Not to Obasanjo. Not to Atiku. Let's take it back. Nothing is too small.
£100 on card.
The future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is yearning for help to be free from guilt and wickedness. Sowore fire is the way out for a new Nigeria of our dreams. The future is here, the future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is yearning for help to be free from greed and wickedness. Sowore fire is the way out for a new Nigeria.
The card machine is still working. The card machine is still working, please. The card machine is still working, please.
The future is here, the future is now. It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is yearning for help to be free from greed and wickedness. Sowore fire is the way out for a new Nigeria of our dreams. Take it back, action. Take it back, action. Nigeria now, Nigeria now, action. Take it back, action. Nigeria now, Nigeria now, action. Take it back, action. The future is
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now taking pictures.
Ladies and gentlemen, AC, take it back. AC, take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be plenty of time to take photographs. I would just like us to take our seats. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a feedback from one. Ladies and gentlemen,
AAC, take it back. Let us be orderly, please. There is a very important announcement, please. Hold on.
I'd like Mr. Tracy to have feedback. Mr. Tracy.
Feedback time.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello. I need you to respond. Hello? Okay. How many people here have a phone? How many of you? Can you wave it? Wave your phones. How many of you are on Facebook? How many of you are on Twitter? Right, before you leave this event today, it was successful, wasn't it? Yes. We want the world to know that. We want to shake Nigeria. So, unanimously, all of us together are going to tweet about this event before we leave. Can we do that now, please? Together. And share it with your friends. Thank you. Take it back. Take it back. AC. Now, I can see that we want to take pictures with our president, Comrade Sowore, and he's eager to even take pictures with you, so he's not running away. So I would like you to please be on a line. Be on a line. Let us be orderly. Let there be a line. I can see the two IGRs there. They are in the forefront, but nobody is standing behind them. Let there be a long line, please. Comrade Cedric, please help me coordinate them from the front. Yes. We are going to use the background of the post at the background there to take the pictures. Now, and let us be very democratic. If you have taken a picture, go and sit down. And let others take the picture, their own pictures too. Okay. Yeah. As soon as you've taken your pictures, please sit down because we are going to have a meal. If you don't finish, we are not having a meal tonight. Please be quick. Okay, now you can leave now. Next person, please. And the people are getting their phones ready, checking they've got enough space. Now, next person, please. Good. Excellent. Next person, please. Next person. Great. AC, take it back. Great. Next person, please. Great.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you. Next person. I would like to say thank you to all our donors today. Your donation will not go in vain. It will not go in vain. We are taking our country back. We are taking our country back. Every pound matter. Every dollar matter. Every little help. Let it be that you have it on your record that you gave something towards a cause to retrieve your country back from the cabals, from the power brokers. Now, if you're taking your picture, Mr. Man, that is too much. You are taking too much picture. Next.
But this one has like
oh, that's good. That's a good cue there. That's a very nice cue. If you have taken your picture, just take a seat. Then after all this, we're going to have a meal.
Okay, next please. Hope the camera is open, please. Next. Next, please.
Take it back. There is, if you would like a copy of the jingle, we can send it to you. There's a link to the jingle, and the producer of the jingle would like to tell us something about the jingle.
Take it back. Take it back. All right. The new jingle is available. If you want it on your phone, you can come right to the DJ stand here. We can send it to you via WhatsApp, and you can share it on all your social media. I tell you, it's a great way to take the message to the grassroots. You can come to this stand, the DJ stand, for the audio copy of the music if you want. And then also a link will be available later, maybe on Take It Back platform for you to download or to send to other people to download. Thank you very much. Let the music play. Thank you.
Take it back. As we are taking the pictures, let us, after we are taking the picture, please go to your seat. The buffet is starting any moment from now.
Take it back. future is now.
Thank you.
It's time to join hands to save our fatherland. The soul of our country is yearning for to be free from greed and wickedness. So wherever found is the way out for a new Nigeria of our dreams.
Take it back. Take it back. AAC. Now, there is another take back you must do now. If you have taken your picture, please come and take back the buffet. Come and take back your buffet. So if you have taken your pictures, please come to this end and queue for your food. If you are taking your pictures, please come and take it back here.
Okay, so I have to do this one.
Some people are taking it back already. So please come to this area of the buffet and take it back here.
Who is next? Who is next?
Present your ticket. Your voucher. And thank you so much for all those that have donated from any amount to thousands of pounds. We really appreciate your donation.
Okay, and the background.
Most importantly, your presence here today. We really appreciate it.
Okay, next please. That was it. Okay.